Okay, everyone. Uh, Anyone who's been watching my channel has noticed I've been starting to add a little bit more content. Haven't done much off and on over the years with it. Uh, Mostly trains, model trains, airplanes, stuff like that. Some music. That's what the page was started for originally, was my music. I'll get back to adding some music to it eventually soon too. But I think part of the thing I'm going to start adding to the channel is some maintenance, some flyer, maybe some HO, repair, maintenance videos. I have no editing skills, so it's going to be like a one-shot wonder basically. No, but maybe later on when I learn how to edit, I'll make better videos. And I don't really have the skill set a lot of these YouTube guys have that repair trains. I'm not one of them. Someday maybe I can learn and do the kind of repairs those guys do, but they're way ahead of me as far as skill goes. But I'm learning as I go. So a friend of mine in a box of flyer parts gave me a 325K Hudson. The rest of it is not here. I'll feature that in another video possibly. But I got the tender. I'm going to take it apart so I can clean the shell. The tender and the shell, most of this engine, it's in pretty bad shape. I mean, doesn't look too bad, but it's dirty. It looks like it was buried out in someone's garden for a few years. So it needs a lot of cleaning. So I'm going to take the shell off of it and give the shell a little scrubbing first. The 325K was made in 1952. Only year they made the 325K was in 1952. 52, they started introducing knuckle couplers, and this was one of the first engines to have the knuckle coupler on it, and that's what the K stands for on the engine. But again, I don't have the engine here. So before I took the engine apart, I put it on a test track, and nothing, no light, no sign of life whatsoever. There was nothing to it. It wouldn't do anything. So I decided, now's the time to take it apart. I even cleaned the wheels and the contacts and all the other stuff, so they're all nice and clean, but there's no life in this engine. It's got the 4 plug with the 5th wire added to it. So I'm going to, first time opening this up. Anyone's ever worked on Flyer can tell you that just about every screw on it is a standard head screw. If it's a Phillips head, it's probably not original. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this apart. If I read correctly or watched correctly on YouTube, these Hudsons also had a whistle in the tender. My Northern has one. I know the Northerns, some of them had whistles in the tender, and I think these Hudsons did too. The whistles I've heard so far in Flyer in the tenders, they sound more like an old door buzzer, and calling them a whistle, that's a stretch. I really wouldn't call it a whistle. But back in the 50s, they did a lot of stuff that passed. Have you ever watched any 50s sci-fi movies? A lot of things passed that wouldn't pass today. So anyway, I think like most tenders, I've never taken most tenders I've taken apart were just standard Flyer tenders. I never took apart a larger tender like this, so I'm assuming it's just 4 screws, which I think it is. And like I said, I did a little cleaning on it. I did set it on my test track, and there's no life in this engine whatsoever. Nothing does anything. So I'm going to take this off and see what we got inside here. Aha, look at that. This does have the quote whistle, but it appears to be blown. It's like that new exhaust system on the new Chargers. Anyway, yeah, so it has the whistle in here. I have no clue how the wiring is for it or how it works. Here's the reverse unit. due to the fact that I don't even know where you find these replacements at, and they don't sound all that great, I may not put this back in. I'm not sure. So I may not put the, let's see, what's the reverser look like? I forgot my damn flashlight. Let's see. Wiring wise. Well, something seems to be off here. Something seems loose. Let's see if I can get in here. And I can't get to the manual lever in the back to try to rotate the barrel, or can I? There we go. The barrel focused in here. It take a little bit of lube, maybe a little CRC. It may actually rotate. This is definitely going to get all completely rewired. I don't see. Again, I'm not too familiar. This is the same wire, and I've worked on Atlantics and Pacifics, a little here and there. Again, I'm kind of unprepared for this tonight. I forgot my flashlight, but this is going to get gutted. Yeah, this is going to get a full rewire. Hopefully they make new harnesses for this. That would be nice. But yeah, it's got the whistle. This is loose, so I don't know. Now this wire is coming off the whistle. The wire that comes around the back. So I'm not sure if that would affect it operating or not, or there's something else that I'm missing on here. It looks like all the wires are in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but anyway. So there's the New York Central Hudson tender. Put that there. Here's the shell. Shell's in nice shape. I think once I do a little scrubbing on it, it should scrub up nice. But so anyway, I figured this would be my first part of my restoration on my New York Central Hudson 325K. Like I said, I took the engine itself mostly apart. I took the cab off it, took the running gear off it. I think what I'm going to do is I'll dig that out before I do any more series cleaning on it and kind of show where that's at and what I'm doing with it. The running gear on it is pretty beat up, really rusty and dirty. Like I said, the engine itself looks okay. I mean, as far as paint goes, I already cleaned the shell, the boiler shell, and the boiler shell actually came out really pretty nice. I mean, it cleaned up nice, but it was really dirty. Kind of looks like how this looks. This is definitely dirty. So it's going to need a lot of work. I'm in no rush to do it. I've got other projects, but I also got a small little fleet of Flyer engines I run regularly at my club and at home, etc., and displays. But I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably rebuild as much of this as possible, and as a learning curve. Like I said, I'm no professional YouTube train restorer. I actually got a couple guys. One of them's a YouTuber, American Flyer guy, who's helped me out with a couple engines. Really appreciated that. But another friend of mine lives in New York, and I actually sent my one engine because I couldn't get the reverse unit to work right. Well, on the way back from New York, it got smashed up pretty good. So he said, well, I'm retired and I like doing this stuff as a hobby, so could just send it back to me. So send it back. He fixed it. On the way back, it got smashed again. So I'm kind of tired of spending money shipping stuff around, and I'm tired of having to worry about stuff getting destroyed. So I've been working on learning how to fix it myself, and hopefully this Hudson will be a good learning curve. add on to what I already know. Yeah, that wire just came completely off. Look at that. Can add on to what I know, and I'll go from there. And yeah, add on to my YouTube channel a little bit. And going to a train show Saturday. I might do a little live streaming or make a video from that. But anyway, this is my first one of this type of video for my channel. I'm going to post a little video sometime, kind of explaining the history of my channel. It's been around since like '09. Didn't do a lot to it for a long time. Didn't do much at all with it. And I slowly started adding some trains and airplane stuff to it recently. But anyway, so this is the start of the Hudson restoration. I'll bore you guys with more, add more later on as I go. So, all right, checking it out.